This Shun is not a serrated knife. These chips on the edge of it is from someone trying to use this to open up coconuts, and they thought the knife is completely ruined. They were going to throw it away, and I'll show you my process to restore this to make it razor sharp. First thing we're going to do is bevel match, and this is at 15 degrees on this Shun knife. I'm putting green frog tape on the angle guide to help prevent any scratches on the knife. I'm going to sharpen this at 2000 RPMs, going edge leading so the belt is coming towards us. And I'm going to use a 120 grit belt to use as my initial sharpening to remove all the damage and apex this knife. And this is a fresh belt, and you can already see me taking off all that damage with that one pass. And we're going to make sure that we keep the knife cool. So I have a jar of ice water because we do not want to overheat this knife and ruin the temperament of it. I'll do this a couple times to make sure I do not overheat the knife at all. Whenever you sharpen a knife, don't put extra pressure behind it. Just use your standard pressure, because the more pressure you put into the belt, the more you can overheat it. So just do more passes, and that's all I'm doing here, just back and forth, and I'm gently removing all the damage. I'm using a fresh 120 grit belt, and this is taking off all the damage very quickly. That's why I love these belt sanders. I'm also not going to edit this or speed this up at all. I just want to show in real time how fast you can remove all the damage and put a beautiful edge on the knife, and this does an amazing job. So I did a couple more passes. I'm feeling the knife heat up a little bit, so I'm putting it back in my ice water, and this really helps cool the knife down and making sure you will not overheat it or destroying the temperament of it as well. And I think we'll just do a couple more passes here, and I'll show you like the burr that we created, and this thing is getting razor sharp. You can still see some water droplets on the knife, and that's a good way of seeing if you're overheating the knife or not. And even though I'm still wearing gloves just to protect I don't get any metal shavings on my hands, I can still feel the knife's temperature, and it's not heating up at all. And this is just a great way to keep your knife cool without overheating the temperament of the steel. We are done sharpening with the 120 grit belt, and here's the burr. The edge looks amazing, all the damage is gone, and now it's time to refine it. The next step is using a 600 grit Trizec belt. This step takes a little bit longer with the transition from the 120 to 600 just because the 120 belt is thicker. So you have to do a few more passes to re-apex the knife because the Trizec belts are thinner. The 600 grit belt is going to leave a toothy edge, but we're going to refine it with 1200 for a more polished edge. Now we're on to the 1200 grit belt. This is refining the edge even more, and this is going to leave a beautiful polished edge and make this knife extremely sharp. The final step is removing the burr, so I'm using my leather wheel with 3 micron diamond spray. This is going to take off the burr completely and make this edge extremely sharp. You don't have to put any pressure behind this. I'm just letting the weight of the knife lay on the leather wheel to remove the burr. So when you use your knife, please use it in the proper way of not using it to cut open coconuts. Use it for what it's meant for, slicing and dicing and making your food extremely beautiful, and enjoy your freshly sharpened knife. So please don't abuse it and use it the right way. And when you do need your knife sharpened, please reach out and I can sharpen everything for you and make it razor sharp. Have a great day.